Okay guys, welcome back. As we were busy on question 2, which is on the cash flow, you will see that question 2.5 has to do now with cash flow from financing activities. Remember, once we talk about financing, we're talking about shares and loans. All right, so did we have any proceeds from the issue of shares? All right, and then you see here they said shares were issued during the year, but no shares were repurchased. So in this particular question, they just wanted us to look at our ordinary share capital here. If you look at the difference between 2.5, it was 2.5 million on the share capital in 2022, but now it's 3.6. The difference simply means we have issued shares because there was no repurchase of shares. So if you take the difference between your 3.6 and your 2.5, it will give you the 1.1 million, which is the proceeds from issue of shares. And then the next one is the change in loan. You can see here the loan was 1.3 million and now it's 1,420,000. That simply means we have received a loan. The loan has increased here. You can see that. Once your loan is increasing, that means we have received more from the bank. So our loan has increased. As you can see, it was 1,420,000. Now it's 1 million. It was 1,300,000. Now it's 1,420,000. We have received more. That is 120. So that becomes cash inflow. Hence you see no brackets. This is also cash inflow. Hence you see no brackets. Inflow, no brackets. Outflow, then you see a bracket. All right. Let's see the net change in cash and cash equivalents. I think you remember that in the Eastern Cape paper they had something of this nature as well. Let's see what they were trying to test here. They still brought us the bank overdraft, exactly as what we saw in the Eastern Cape. They began with 56,000 and then they have cash and cash equivalents of 28,000 there. So we start here with cash at the beginning. So we say the 28, which is that cash there, minus the 56, this 56. Then you end up with a negative 28. Then cash at the end is this 168. Cash at the end, 168. And remember now, we are going up. And we then pull up our calculator. We want to get this amount here. How do they get this 196? Because when we go up, we flip that sign of the 28,000. So that means we're going to say 168,000. Okay, we're going to come here and we're going to say 168,000. 168,000. Then we're going to add. We add the 28,000. We add the 28,000. That is going to give us 196. This 196,000. And you can see on my calculator, it is not negative. It is a positive 196. Please, guys, watch out for this. All right? Please watch out for this. All right. Let's quickly move on to the next aspect of this paper. All right. As I promised, I'm not going to be doing all the calculations. So I'm just going to move on to the next aspect of the paper. And one aspect which drew my attention is question 3.4. The rest I'm not going to do. I'm just going to jump quickly to 3.4. 3.4, it says, John Davids, one of the shareholders, is currently the owner of 400,000 shares. So this is major shareholding now. All right. So he currently holds 400,000 shares. What will happen to his shareholding if all the unissued shares are issued? Show calculations to support your answer. Okay, we want to know how many shares are currently in issue, because they're saying if then all the shares are issued, then what happens to his shareholding? So as I said earlier on, it is very important that when you start the question, you need to read all the information on the question such that you get to understand when the examiner is asking you what exactly is